The year is 2024 and the place is Teotihuacan in central Mexico. Our story involves a young linguistics expert who has come to this ancient city to do research on a recently discovered artifact. The artifact in question is a codex, which is nothing more than a piece of bark stripped from a sacred fig tree, a Mesoamerican tradition dating back to the pre-Columbian era. But there's something unique about this particular codex, which will become clear in a moment. Teotihuacan was once the capital of one of the largest and most powerful empires in Mesoamerica. It thrived between roughly 100 BC and 800 AD. At its peak, it controlled nearly all of central Mexico and parts of what's now Guatemala and El Salvador. At its center were two pyramids, each dedicated to a different god of the empire, the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon. Today, these pyramids stand as silent witnesses to a long-vanished civilization. They are also home to many secrets, some of which may shock you. Our story starts at the base of the Pyramid of the Moon, where archaeologists have just unearthed a small box containing the mysterious codex. The team leader is a seasoned archaeologist named Fernando Cortez. He is joined by his assistant, Isabella Reyes, who is a bright young woman with a passion for history. As the story opens, she is preparing to leave the dig site when she is summoned by Professor Cortez. He asks Isabella to come with him to examine the newly discovered artifact. When they arrive at the lab, they are met by a large group of reporters clamoring for a closer look at the mysterious codex. The media has picked up on the story and is quick to speculate that the artifact could contain information about the lost civilization of Teotihuacan. Despite the commotion, Isabella manages to get a closer look at the codex. What she sees sends shivers down her spine. The codex contains strange markings that seem to be indecipherable, and yet, as she studies it, she can't help but feel that there is something familiar about the symbols. As the hubbub dies down and the press conference ends, Isabella is left alone with the codex. She spends hours poring over the symbols, trying to decipher their meaning. Slowly but surely, she begins to make progress. The markings, she discovers, are actually an ancient form of Nahuatl, the language of the Aztec Empire. With a sudden jolt, she realizes that the codex is no ordinary artifact. It's a record of prophecies made by an ancient oracle of Teotihuacan. The oracle, according to the codex, was a seer who lived in the 2nd century AD. He is said to have been visited by the gods and given the ability to predict future events. The codex contains a number of prophecies, some of which have already come true, such as the destruction of the city of Atlantis and the flooding of New Orleans. Others are still outstanding, such as the fall of Rome and the return of the Mayan king. But there is one prophecy that stands out above all others, a prophecy that foretells the end of the world. According to the oracle, the world as we know it will end in a great cataclysm that will wipe out all life on Earth. The only survivors will be a small group of humans who have been chosen by the gods. They will be tasked with rebuilding society from scratch and ushering in a new era of peace and prosperity. But not everyone is convinced of the oracle's predictions. Many people believe that the world will end in a few years due to climate change, war, or some other disaster. But there are also many people who believe that the oracle's predictions are coming true. For example, the recent discovery of the codex itself could be seen as evidence of the oracle's powers. If he really did live in the 2nd century AD and make these predictions, then how could his writings have survived for so long? Some believe that the oracle's predictions are coming true because he had special powers. Others believe that he simply had access to information that most people don't have. Whatever the case, Isabella is determined to uncover the truth. She wants to know if the world really is doomed, or if there is hope for humanity after all. Her research into the oracle leads her to a small cave hidden away in the mountains near Teotihuacan. According to legend, this is the place where the oracle made his predictions. As Isabella explores the cave, she uncovers a number of artifacts that help to confirm the oracle's existence. There is a small altar covered in strange symbols and a number of human bones that have been carefully arranged in a circle. Suddenly, Isabella feels a strong presence behind her. She turns around to find a tall, mysterious man staring at her. He introduces himself as Javier and says that he has been watching her for some time. Javier is a member of a secret society dedicated to preserving the knowledge of the oracle. He says that he has been waiting for someone like Isabella to come along, someone who is not afraid to delve into the mysteries of the past. Together, Isabella and Javier set about uncovering the truth about the oracle and his predictions. They travel to different parts of Mexico, following clues that lead them deeper and deeper into the secrets of the ancient world. Along the way, they face many dangers, but they are always able to escape unscathed. This leads Isabella to believe that the oracle is protecting them. As they continue their investigation, Isabella and Javier discover that the oracle's predictions are coming true all around them. They witness natural disasters, wars, and plagues that have been foretold in the ancient texts. With each passing day, Isabella becomes more convinced that the world really is doomed. Finally, they arrive at the last and most important clue. The oracle's final prediction concerns a great cataclysm that will destroy the world as we know it. But he also spoke of a small group of humans who would be chosen by the gods to survive the disaster and rebuild society. According to the oracle, these people would possess certain qualities that would allow them to thrive in the post-apocalyptic world. They would be strong, intelligent, and compassionate. They would also be prepared. Isabella realizes that the oracle is referring to herself and those like her. She is a member of the lucky few who will survive the apocalypse. She has been chosen by the gods for her intelligence, curiosity, and thirst for knowledge. But why her? What makes her special? She doesn't have the answers, but she is determined to find out. In the weeks that follow, Isabella works tirelessly to prepare for the upcoming apocalypse. She studies the oracle's teachings and tries to put them into practice. She also reaches out to others who believe in the prophecy, gathering them together in a secret location where they can wait out the apocalypse. As the world descends into chaos, Isabella and her followers are able to survive thanks to the oracle's teachings. When the dust settles and the world is reborn, Isabella emerges as a leader of the new society. She uses her knowledge and wisdom to guide the people and help them rebuild their lives. And that's when the shocking twist ending happens. You see, as Isabella settles into her role as a leader, she begins to notice strange things happening around her. People are forgetting her name. They also forget that she ever existed. Soon, no one even remembers who she is. No one even remembers the oracle's prophecies, as if they were never spoken. It's as if Isabella and her entire group never existed. In fact, there is no evidence that they ever did. And that's when Isabella realizes the horrifying truth. She and her group were never meant to be here. They are not part of this timeline. They are not supposed to exist. The oracle's final prophecy was not about the end of the world. It was about Isabella and her group. They are the chosen ones, but only in the sense that they were chosen to be erased. That's why Isabella's group was never meant to be here. Their purpose was to come to Teotihuacan and retrieve the codex, but once they had done that, they were no longer needed. The oracle's final prediction was that they would disappear. But why? Why were they erased from existence? The answer, according to the oracle, is that they were never meant to be here. Their presence in this timeline caused too much disruption. They were not supposed to exist. And so, as the world moved on without them, Isabella and her group faded into oblivion. No one remembered them. No one remembered the oracle. It was as if they had never been there at all. And that is the terrifying tale of the forgotten oracle of Teotihuacan. Do you think the oracle's prediction came true? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, please remember to subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay curious. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Your support keeps this channel alive and lets us bring you even more creepy, mysterious content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.